Mr. Chairman, and Assistant Secretaries, your service of State and Defense has never been more important. It's really bipartisan. We want you to be successful. We want the President to be successful. It's critical for American families that you be successful. I'm very grateful with the leadership of Chairman Mike McCall, the Ranking Member Greg Meeks. It is bipartisan that we want you to succeed. But it's so critical because, indeed, I believe the Washington Post is correct last week when they cited that American families are at greater risk today of another 9/11 mass murder than ever. And so we've just got to be together and get these issues addressed. And to me, it's perfectly sadly clear that we're in a war we did not choose, of dictators with rule of gun invading democracies with rule of law. And it's an axis of evil. It began with the war criminal Putin when he conducted mass murder on February 24, 2022, invading Ukraine. It then, on October 7th, we know the massacre by the Iranian puppets who came in to massacre the people of Israel. Just so clear, so sad. And we also know the Chinese Communist Party has indicated that Taiwan, 24 million people, do not exist. We've just got to be working together, and I am just so concerned that all of this leads to death to Israel, death to America, being American families. And then, indeed, Madam Secretary, when you mentioned about Hamas and their perverted view of the world, indeed, American families and also civilization should know that the Hamas covenant of August 18, 1988, in the midst of insane provisions, is Article 7, quote, "The day of judgment will not come about until Muslims kill Jews, fight Jews, and kill them. Then the Jews will hide behind rocks and trees, and the rocks and trees will cry out, 'O Muslim, there's a Jew hiding behind me. Come and kill him,'" end of quote. It should not be ignored. There were people carrying signs here in Washington on Saturday and Sunday about trees and rocks. This is what it is, killing Jews. With that in mind, it's also, again, bipartisan. Congressman Keating, I appreciate what he stated, and that is that we've had U.S. forces come under fire in Iraq and Syria more than 40 times from the Iranian puppet forces. Dozens of Americans have been reported injured in these attacks. Sadly, to me, it's been concealed from the American people how serious this is. The U.S. has responded militarily just one time, attacking apparently an empty warehouse. With the technology we have today, Secretary Sproul, we should be able to identify the location of the launching sites, and they should be responded to immediately and not discussed or whatever. We've got the technology. We need. Why are we not acting to protect the American people?
Thank you, Congressman, for your question. President Biden has been clear that he has directed self-defense strikes in protection of our forces and will do so again. There is no higher priority. It is quite clear that Iran and its proxy groups are escalating against U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria, and we have a range of options at our disposal to defend ourselves. And
indeed, I have a staff person in the region. I'm so concerned, and all of us have family members. My 4 sons have served in Iraq, Egypt, and Afghanistan. The thought of it's good that we're providing air defense capability, but we should be going after the launch sites. They can be identified. That's just with the technology we have today. To me, it's inexcusable. Why are we not going after identifying and going after the launch sites?
Congressman, I can't speak to every specific operational decision. I'd be happy to brief you more in a closed session, but I will also say that Iran and its proxy groups disguise many of its warehouses, depots, and launch sites in areas that have civilians around, and so the U.S. military takes precautions and assess how we're going to respond based on proportionality, necessity, and distinction.
And hey, for years, anytime there would be an attack by Hezbollah, Hamas, or Houthis, the American media covers the Iranian response, Israeli response, not the attack. And so let's get ready for that. because we are going to be accused of being the perpetrators when, in fact, there should be self-defense. I yield back.